Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to today's session of our virtual support training online. Good afternoon. I trust our day has been going on well and we've been having a great day so far. So, please, if you are on here, can you kindly drop your favorite emojis or just say something in the comment section? Please drop your favorite emoji so we know we can hear you. So please kindly drop your favorite emoji so we can hear you and we know you're with us. Please drop your favorite emoji, please. Please drop your favorite emoji so we know you're with us. And also, while we are waiting for you to drop your favorite emoji, kindly subscribe to the channel to get notifications on any updates we drop. Like the notification bells. So we're waiting for you, our viewers, to let us know you're online. Please can you drop your favorite emojis? Say something in the comment section, please.
Well, I hope that
Okay.
today's session would be brief as well, because I guess we've answered most questions or most issues. Majorly.
All right. So while we're waiting for all of the comments to keep on coming, also if you have questions, kindly drop them in the comment section so we know we have to pick them up and answer them. So Precious, do you have anything to say to us while our viewers comment in the comment section?
I know. I don't have
What
any. I don't have much to say for now. Let's just wait for people to come in line.
Okay.
all right. Maybe while we are waiting for people to drop their questions and complaints, we might just kind of like run through, previous most of the challenges that we've seen that people are still facing, and be able to give updates that we're expecting over the week, or what we expect people to do on the various platforms, right? So today's session we might just be generally looking at a brief around areas that we still think that people are still having difficulties with. We sometimes do a bit of demonstration around it, which we notice that some of our schools still have issues with results not showing. So, Mr. Precious, once again, will do just a small demonstration again. I'm sure we have also done demo videos on this. Hopefully, we're also going to share it today as well. Or you could just check our previous sessions to see how you could solve that issues, right? So, other key things that we'll also be looking at is, right, so most SPAs are going to start adding students to class, whether the students are promoted or students that are placed to your school, right? We've done demonstration as to how you need to add this student to class. Then we also know that Becker is currently students are currently checking their Becker results, so it is expected that schools should be placing students to SS class, right? Before the end of this week, we've said that the module to place students to SS1 class will be ready. So once that module is ready, we're going to share all the updates as appropriate. We might also be talking around issues as relating to the online applications, which is school transfer, relocation, special placement, hoping to respond to some of the issues that people are having, which sometimes regarding to payment and all of that, right? So hope that we'll be able to respond to all of these issues around, all of these areas. So that's why we are employing our viewers currently to please drop your questions, right? We essence of this session majorly is to be able to provide live feedback, live questions to all your issues or your complaints. So please drop your comments here. We hope that we'll be able to treat that. So Precious, just I don't know, help us get ready so you can help do a bit of demonstration around results not showing once again, right? Before we generally have the video ready. And yes, I see that people are joining in now. Yes, so good afternoon, everyone, for joining. So that's just like a summary around what we are looking at for today. Precious, if you're here, please get ready so that once you're done, you can just quickly take up with the brief demonstration, right? In the meantime, we expect people to please start dropping your questions in the comment section so that we will be able to treat them and respond to all your questions as well. All right. So it's Precious here.
Yes, I'm here. All right. So
Okay.
I'm
All
going
right.
to do a very short demonstration about what you said. All right. So, okay, just a minute, please. So, good day, everyone. Uh, we've been receiving a lot of issues, complaints about results checking, that is social checking. Some people are complaining that even after the necessary approval has been done, that's HOS approval and sorry, SPA approval and HOS published, the result is still not showing. It's not showing. So we addressed this issue deeply last time, before the end of last time, and we also addressed it. I think around last week or something during the previous sessions. So please, I'm still going to do a very short video for a demo for us now. So please, anyone that is still having this issue, please and please, it's either you watch our earlier this thing virtual session with our earlier virtual session on YouTube, or you watch this one I'm going to show right now. Right now. So please allow me to share my screen as I do a short demo on that. So if you can see my screen, please type yes in the comment section. Mr. Akindele, can you see the screen?
Yes, yes, sir. Your screen is showing.
All right, so let me just go straight to the point. All right, this is a school, a live school, for example. Now, this is NUD Grammar School Junior Solu. So, and I'm going to be working with a student in GSS1 class. Student in GSS1 class. As you can see, I'm already logged in as the HOS of this school. This is third term. This is junior secondary school, and this is JS1A. All right. So this class now has four arms: JS1A to D. So to to be sure that everything has been done concerning this class, let me go straight to the broadsheet to be sure that everything concerning approval has been done. We are working with JS1, this thing. Sorry, please. Let's some minute, please. All right. As you can see that the SPA and HOS has published these results. SPA has approved and HOS has published this result. As you can see, this HOS account. So let me try now and view this student report card. It's a JS1 student report card for this thing. All right. A minute, please. All right. Let me go to third term, junior class, and JS1A. The student I want to be working with this evening is a JS1A student. All right, I'm going to be working with number 10, the student in number 10 row. Adebisi Opeyemi Ayomide. So let me try and view this student report card, and let me see. Let's see if the report card will come up. Okay. All right, as you can see, we saw earlier that SPA and HOS has approved this broadsheet. Yet this is still coming up after the approval. So all you need to do now, please let's follow what I'm going to do now. So all you need to do now is just go straight to your subject registration under classroom management. So we are going to be working with subject registration and learner street subject registration. But first, let's go to subject registration. All right, let's go to third term. We are working with S1A as we saw earlier. So, all right. So let's look for this child now. Adebisi Opeyemi Ayomide, number 10. So as you can see now that all subjects are registered for this child. And meanwhile, if you scroll up, we have IRS and CRS in this class. So this means that both IRS and CRS was registered for this child, this particular child. And it is not possible for him or her to be offering the two subjects. So let me now try to uncheck, I be unregister one of this. So this reason why this is showing errors because this particular child is offering CRS. Is it CRS? I'm sorry, IRS. So this particular child is offering IRS. That is why when I try to register it, it throws error. So scores has been uploaded for this subject, for this child. So let me try and register the second one. See that it was successful is because scores has been uploaded for this subject. So sorry, scores has not been uploaded for this subject. So which is indicating that this child is not offering CRS. So this child is only offering IRS, not offering CRS. So for in that case, there is no need to register CRS for this child. So and as you can see, CRS was registered. So this is the reason why this student report card will never come up. So now let me try and register this CRS. I think I did that earlier. Number 10. All right, let me try and reload the page. Sorry. Number 10. A minute, please. All right, this is successful now. After doing that, all right, thank you. This is successful. As you can see, this has been changed to unregistered. So you can check one by one like that for each student, and anyone that shows successful that immediately unregistered the subject for the student. It means that scores has not been uploaded for that subject. So if scores has been uploaded for the subject, it will throw error this way. As you can see here, it will throw out error. But if scores has been uploaded and the child is doing this subject, it will be successful. So now, after doing that, after you've checked for all students affected that way, I will advise immediately that you still click clear unregistered subject. I explained uh, deeply about this button earlier, so you can watch the video we did earlier on this. This button is clearing some subject that has been registered from the back end. You can't see those subjects here, neither can you see them under trade subject. So this button will clear all those subjects. Without clearing all those subjects, you will be able to view your report card too, and this will affect all students. You won't be able to view any of your student report card. So it is advisable that you click this button once and for all. So now after I've done that, let me now go to trade subject to see if this class is offering any trade subject. Let me see junior class. We are working with JS1A. All right, as you can see, this one this is not coming up is because the school is not offering any trade subject. In some schools, they are offering trade subjects, and under trade subjects, there are some subjects that are listed just like subject registration, and the same thing that happen with subject registration also happen to them. That is, they register a subject for okay. As you can see, they are not offering trade subject. That is also like I was saying, under this trade subject, some subjects will be listed out if the school choose any trade subject, and the school made a mistake like the subject registration we did earlier. They still registered some trade subjects for the students and did not upload score for them. that will also affect your report card. Your report card will not show. All you need to do is just to unregister like I did earlier. Then after you've done that, go back to your broadsheet as HOS. As HOS, you are opening the top down, GSS1. Some minutes, please. Let's allow the broadsheet to load and get going. All right, thank you. So as an HOS, just go back to your broadsheet. I will advise that you use your HOS account for this so that you for easy navigation. So let me now, you now ask after that has been done, then you unpublish this broadsheet. You unpublish this broadsheet. So let's wait for it to load. Let's wait for it to load. Sorry, some minutes, please. So while we are waiting for our broadsheet to load, please let us try and share this link with all our amiable colleagues so that anyone that is facing can watch this and do the needful. So I think the network is affecting our broadsheet. So let me try to unpublish again. Let me try to unpublish again. All right. So sorry, please let me try and reload this page. It's like the network is affecting this. Let me reload this page. All right.
Well, while we are just waiting for Mr. Precious network to be fine, we might just continue to pick up. But I think it's almost wrapping up, so I will not just would also be able to respond to people's question
All right.
one at a time.
All right. I'm on now.
Good.
All right. So, all right. Thank you. So sorry for that for the break in transmission. As you can see, the broadsheet has already been unpublished, and so all you need to do this time around now is to approve the broadsheet immediately again. No need to go back to your SPA account. You can just do this on your HOS broadsheet instantly. So approve this broadsheet again. So sorry for the network. The network is having some issue.
So I think that's that's the last step, right? Precious.
Yes.
So they can just pick it up from there. While that will solve any challenge or issues in that area, right? So
So the major
we can just move on and um, probably move on to the next thing. So we don't just keep holding on people's time.
all right.
Okay, so while that is ongoing, we might just quickly use this before we start taking responding to questions, right? Just a quick review as to what SPs need to do again, right? We also noticed that most SPs have not started placing promoted student to class, or they've not started promoting JSS1 student to class, right? So for SPAs, one of the key things that you also need to do is to place add student to class student that were placed into your school. You need to add them to the appropriate class that you have. And we've talked about this in the previous session, last week's session, how you can add students to class especially place students that were placed to your school or students that was transferred to your school. How you be able to add them to class, and it's an essential thing that you need to do. We've also shared demo videos as to how you'll be able to do that. We've shared the videos on the chat section, so you might want to check that out, or just check on the YouTube on our YouTube channel so you can see that. But meanwhile, we can just briefly just do a question around that as well. Hopefully, that would also help give more context to how you'll be able to do that. So I might just want to quickly share my screen to just briefly take us through once again how you'll be able to place students to class. So I'm just going to try to do that right now. So I guess my screen is showing now. Precious, please let me confirm if my screen is showing now, please.
Yeah, it is showing. It is showing.
Okay, good. All right. All right. So we said that one of the key things that we need to do SPAs again is to place student to class. Mr. Precious just um, taught us how to, if result is not showing, also how you'll be able to place promoted student from your broadsheet to the appropriate class for the new term. So the same way again, how you'll also be able to place students that were placed or that are newly admitted to your school into the various class right? So once you log in at your SPA account, under enrollment, you see learners placement, then my school placement. So the page will display all the students that are currently, that were placed to your school. Once you have confirmed the student, right, you see all the student names. So you can see that this class now shows that these students have not been placed to class at all, right? Because if you have not placed them to class, it will still be seeing them in their previous primary six that they are still in class, right? So until you have placed them appropriately to classes here, which is it's essential that for those of us in the junior school, we begin to place students that were placed to us. We begin to add them to class right? So just to add them to class, and once you have confirmed the student, just click on the action button, then add to class. So you'll be able to add the student to all the available classes that you have for in your school, the available class that you have in your school. So you need to. That's one thing you need to do. Another key thing which you also need to do for students that are transferred, students that were transferred to your school as well, is if under the same enrollment page, learners transfer admin report, right? So you see those that came in through school transfer, those that came in through relocation, or those that came in through special placement. So you can always admit. Remember, please note here that those that are pending, you can't add them to class because they have not been admitted yet by the ministry, or they've not been approved yet by the ministry. It is only those that have been approved and you've confirmed the sender has brought his or her form together with the letter to your school. So you can then add them to class as appropriate for your school. So those are the two places, and I'm sure most of us are not even aware of this yet, right? So those are the two places where you'll be able to add students that were placed to your school to classes, and also add students that transferred to your school to all the available class that you have. So that's quite essential that you know all SPs need to also do with all of these activities that we are doing. Meanwhile, I think by this now we can start taking up questions around questions. Because I see people have started dropping questions. So hopefully we can start picking the
Let me.
question one at a time.
All right. The result I was trying to do the other time. Can I?
Well, I think
All right.
we can just wrap that up if that's fine.
Okay. All right. Let me just quickly wrap up. Are you seeing my screen now?
Yes, please.
All right. So as you can see, the public I've been able to publish as an HOS now. So now let me try and view the student report card. If you could remember, we are working with Adebisi Opeyemi. We are working with Adebisi Okoyemi. The student is number 10 of JS1A. That's Adebisi Okoyemi Ayomide. So now let me try to view this student report card to be sure what I did was correct. So third time. All right, thank you very much. As you can see, the report card is now up. So please, as you can see, sorry for the break in network earlier. So just clear on registered subjects and look for subjects that you registered but you haven't uploaded scores for. Fix that. If they are doing the subject, upload score for it. If they are not doing it, unregister it for them. That's simple as that. Then click the clear on registered subject button. Then on publish as HOS, approve the broadsheet again, publish again, and your report card will show up this way. Thank you very much for that.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Precious. So we can just dive in straight to the question, so we can be very, very brief with today's session, right? So if Queensley is here or Mr. Fritz, please help start projecting the questions one at a time so we can respond to them as they come in.
Okay, so thank you, Siaka. So this is the first question by Olawale Biola. So good afternoon, editors. Names of outgone primary six learners still appear in nursery classes and also in the current primary six learners. Please help.
Um, Okay, yes. So for this question, yeah, we've also noticed it, right? So it's probably because the students have not been placed into the appropriate class and that, say, for example, those that were that graduated were placed to junior secondary school, right? And that will be fixed, right? So no too much worries, right? Don't worry about all of those ones. Once it is fixed, right, the system will automatically fix that appropriately. Just ensure that you have placed the students moving from primary five to primary six. And you've also placed them that are moving from, say, from nursery two to primary one appropriately. Right? Once you have done that, the system would automatically check for those students that have graduated and give them the graduated status appropriately. So nothing to worry about, right? So before the end of this week, that's this time we'll do the auto update around all of those learners in that category. So you have nothing to worry about that. Just like I said again, ensure you've done the necessary promotions from primary five to primary six and for other classes that are also affected as well. So that should help solve the problem. So Olawale Biola, once again, nothing to worry about. Just proceed to doing other activities.
All right, so
Yeah.
from Adesanya Ayomide, I'm guessing this is from a private school. I created a line for students in my school and I synchronized it, but it is not showing on OGSERA portal.
Yeah, so thank you for the question. Adisa, it's not showing on OGSERA portal. It depends on what OGSERA portal. Do you mean it's not showing on your MOS portal or what, right? So, I said in the previous session, right? It is not just generating your learner ID in your MOS portal. And once you have generated, you have to ensure that you sync to OGSERA still on your MOS portal. Once you have done that, definitely it's going to be active. So you can use it on. You might not be able to log in, or it depends on what you want to do. So I don't mind if Adesina Ayomide could help maybe expand the question further, so I just know how well to respond to your question, right? But it's not showing on OG Serapota. I'm trying to get what you mean in that context, right? What is of certain and what is sure is that once you have generated the link, the same learner ID on your Moist portal, and you have also synced to OG Serapota on your Moist portal, then definitely you'll be able to do all the activities that you are doing on OGSERA, as well. So just um, help expand the question further as to what exactly you're trying to do with the student learner ID that is not going through. So we can, break down the question in that context.
And
Yeah.
also, this is also a follow up question from the same person saying my school modules navigator is not complete also.
But yeah, so remember for private schools, right? So there's aside from OGSERA services, right? So the EduTams also run as a school management service as well. So there are other modules that are available, and all of these modules that you'll be seeing on your MOS portal Depends on the kind of plan that you have. If you're on the subscription plan, right, you get to see other modules such as result processing, payment, admission and all of that. But if you're just on the OGSERA services, you have limited access to what you are seeing and what you'll be able to do because that's a free service. Unlike when you're using the EduTerms as a full service, as a full school management system. So that one helps you to have access to, results module and all of the full access that you have access to. So that might be, you might want to check as to which of the plans that you're currently on, whether it's just the OGSERA service that you are on or you are on the paid subscription plan. So that would differentiate between what you are seeing on your module, right? So I hope that should help to answer your question. And if you, for the various available plans that we have, you can reach out to the um, customer care team. I'm sure they have Telegram group or all of that, so they can share the available what's it called, available subscription plans. So you get to see all the modules that are available for each of the plans. Then you can subscribe to it, or you decide to still use the OGSERA service, which is of course free, but have access to limited modules and services. Yeah.
And so from Mikhail Adebayo, what can be done to a school who was unable to upload her first term scores? Hence, it affects their CGPA, thereby most of them as their final comments as not promoted to the next term.
Right. Okay. So good. Yeah. It depends whether this is private school or public school. Right. The same way, whichever one it is. Right. So, of course, third term usually calculates cumulation of first term, second term, third term score. But that would only be checked if the student have active registration for first term, right? If the student has active registration for first term, for example, it means first term, second term, third term. So it means that when the third term culmination result is checking, it's going to check for first term. It's going to check and calculate first term, second term, and third term, right? Right. But if the student only have active registration for second and third time, the system will only be checking for just second and third time, and that will compute the student result. Okay, but so in this case, that okay, probably because scores were not uploaded for the child in first term, but the child has active registration in first term. So in that case, the system will be checking for that the student has three active session, three active term, and that would be like that would also definitely affect the combination, the total CGP in this case. So if the case is that the student was present in first term, right? So it means that you have to go back to result upload for first term, which means that you have to first disapprove scores for first term. Once you have done that, upload the scores for that child for first term. Then approve the, once you have uploaded it, approve it, then also go ahead back to the brochure and approve the scores. Once you have done that, the scores will reflect in the student results. If the other if it's the other case that the student was not available in the first term, just ensure that the student does not have any active subject registration for first term. With that, the system will only be checking for say second and third term that the child has active registration for. So Mikael Adebayo, so that's what you need to do, and it works both whether it's in private or on the public sector or on public schools, anyone that you choose, right? So that's just the way you can go ahead to solve that issue. If it is first term, if the child has active registration for first term, it means that scores were not uploaded. So you can switch back your result upload score page. You can switch back to first term, upload the scores for that child. But before you can do that, it means you have to disapprove this draw sheet for first term first. So you can make any adjustment to your first term upload score. Once for that class, once you have done that, then go ahead to reapprove it the draw sheet. That will help solve the issue. I hope this answer your question. But if it does not, please you can still use the chat section for any further clarification.
All right,
Yeah.
so still a follow-up question from him. Having followed all the instructions given, still one of the arms of a class doesn't display their results to be printed.
Yeah, so thank you, Mr. Mikhail. Like I said again, Mr. Precious just also ran us through a brief demonstration again. If one thing that can make results not to show at all is if you have not done, if subject is still registered for the student and they are not doing those subjects. right? So in this case, I might also advise that because sometimes the third term checks for, so third term is a combination of first term, second term, and third term, right? So for students that fall in this category or that in this class, so go to the subject registration and try to check subject that were registered for second term or subject that were registered for first term. So what you'll be checking in that subject registration for this class now, you'll be checking subject registration for second term, subject registration for first term, and subject registration for third term. So ensure you are not just checking for third term, right? Once you do this, following the process that Mr. Precious shared earlier, once you do this, that definitely will solve it. So the most cases would be maybe it is because in second term, some subjects were registered that the students did not do, right? So that will affect their results showing in third term. So once you're able to double check from subjects that are showing in first and second term, plus also third term, right? So that should help to solve the issue.
All right.
So you can
All
try
right.
that
If the
before the
person
end
is
of
still
this
with us,
session and or just use that comment section for further
all right. If the person is
clarification.
still with
Your
us,
precious, you don't
if
add
the
more.
person, yeah, if the person is still with us, I will advise that if the person should drop the school code and the class that is affected under the comment section so that I will check and
Mm.
get back to you immediately.
Or a person can just try it out and let us know, whichever way it is.
All right.
Yeah.
Alright, so our next question. Akim Odedaru. Thanks for this. I fixed promoted students to classes and click on recommend, but the repeated students was also added automatically to the next class. What should we do?
Yes, thank you, Aziz. So we've also noticed this as well, right? So, but you, like I said again, just not too much worries. Once the update is made, those that are repeated will definitely be in the repeated class. Just ensure that you've done all the necessary stuff, and those other areas that are still, they are more like bug that will be fixed once the system update itself, right? It's going to place them back to the appropriate repeated classes, right? So just go ahead uh, with your normal activities and with the normal procedures, right? The system will check itself for any issues that are in this area. So just not too much worries, as this and any other person having this kind of issues, right? Just carry on with other activities, right? The system would, do auto check for all of these issues in this category. Yeah.
Alright, so Mr. Stack. Okay, Stack Group. The primary six students that were placed to the nearest secondary school appears in primary two this session. Information indicating the class of the students in the picture above. What can I do?
Yes, I'm trying to understand this question. Well, I hope that that group can help further share more clarifications to this question so we can just break it down the more, right? So once you have placed students from your primary six to the junior secondary school, right, the student will start appearing in the junior secondary school, pending the time that the SPO of that school is able to place them into class arms or into the available GSS1 class arm that they have in their school, right? But this is saying that they are appearing in primary two. Do you mean primary two of your school, right? So you might just want to break the information or what the issue is appropriately so that we can know how best to provide response. Or if possible, just share your school code in the comment section. If possible, Precious or Quincy might quickly help you look at it to have a better understanding on what the issue that you are saying is, right? So just let us know where. Another thing I think you might also let us know is, where are you seeing them in primary two? Okay, is it on the broadsheet? Is it on the learners registration page? Or just let us know so that we get to know what exactly the issue is in this case, and we'll be able to prefer appropriate solution, in this category.
So, still with Stack Group. I can promote my nursery student to primary one. What should I do?
Yes, so we've checked, we've sub. I know on Monday, earlier on Monday, Tuesday, when we had the session earlier on Tuesday, it was the bug was for KG that could not promote student to nursery, and nursery that could also not promote student to primary. right? So, and I'm sure that of KG has been fixed now. The KG classes can now promote student appropriately to the nursery class, but that of the nursery class to primary one is still a bug that will be fixed. I'm sure before the end of this week, tomorrow latest, right? So you can try to recheck again from your broadsheet. You should be able to place them to primary one for those that are promoted. So it's a bug. It's a general bug, staff book. So nothing to really worry about. It's a general bug that you should just try and check back by tomorrow. You should be up. You should be able to place them to the primary classes from there.
So Falashade, okay. Three of the five learners in primary six were mistakenly written in the primary five broadsheet, and all of the primary five learners were written in primary six broadsheet. So primary five names are placed in secondary school. What to do?
Yeah, I guess I've seen this issue like I think during the week, and I said that what to be done in this case, right, is just to reach out to the ministry or maybe through the ZEU, the zone education officers, right, so they can appropriately tell you what to do as to how best. Because in this case, student in primary five has been placed already to the junior classes, to the junior school, so they will tell you what to do in this case, right? They have all they say as to how best you can solve this issue. So the best bet that you have is just to reach out to the zonal education officer or the desk officer in your district, right? So they can further, give you what procedures that you have to do to ensure that you solve this issue. So that's just what you should do. There's no two ways around it. Yeah.
Okay, so this person's question, he has a follow-up question, so I'm going to be merging it together. So he said, what is trade subject? Sorry about that. Question by Olawale Biola. He said, some subjects the learners are offering are not on the subject learners registration. Subjects like pre-vocational, CRS, and hierarchy. How do we fix it?
Yeah, I don't know.
However,
Have we responded to the previous question?
please
Sorry.
wait.
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
Yes, it's the question. It's the same question we're treating. So it was saying, please, what is trade subject? Same person. Please, what is trade subject?
Okay, so I'm trying to get a better understanding to this question. Okay, good. All right. Okay, now I get it right. So, if you're referring to for this time, right? Maybe it's not showing in the subject registration, right? It means that sub subjects like vocational, CRS, and hierarchy, they are trade subjects, right? And you'll be able trade subjects. You'll be able to have access to them under your because when you go to the classroom management, I guess you see learners subject registration and you also see trade subjects. Once you click it, select the program, select the class. So it's going to display all the available trade subjects like pre-vocational, CRS, and hierarchy. So you can register the subject appropriately for the student, right? So that should help you solve it. Once you go to your classroom management, that of learners registration, you treat that separately. You also learner subject registration. Then you also see the module for trade subjects, right? So once you click on it, you'll be able to add the subject pre-vocational CRS and IRK. So if you're not seeing them in the subject registration, it means that you'll be seeing them in your trade subject, right? So just check the trade subject module, right? It will be definitely under the classroom management, right? So once you check it, select the classes and you can register the subject for the student appropriately from there. So if $1 can help you, this is something that you can try. It will be very, very good. So you can try it and let us know what the outcome is. Definitely.
All right, so quick one. We said, please, sir, the school management wants our present SS1 students. That means the humanities and the business class to offer biology, but it's not on the subject registration option. What can be done?
Yeah, so I think that in this case, this is something that is being regulated by the ministry. So you might want to follow up with your because it is a subject that they make available that you will be able to add to your respective curriculum for your school. That's for all public school. But if your school is a private school, you can decide what run in your private school. But in this case, for schools that are public school, so for this scenario now, what you need to first do is reach out to your inform your zonal education officer, right, or the desk officer for your district, right, so they can then follow up appropriately and give you what should be the best outcome or what you should do in that case, right? But it is what they set. It is the subject that they set available that you will be able to do for each of that say session or term, right? So that's just what how best you can help solve this. Reach out to this if your school is a public school, right? Reach out to the zonal education, then they can tell you exactly what to do and how best to carry on with this decision. Yeah.
All right, so Mr. Heritage said he asked two questions. So I'm going to be fusing them together. So well done, our amiable facilitators, more grace. Thank you very much, Heritage. Kindly work on GSS3 going to SS1 and SS3 going out. So that is duly noted. But the other question is some results show off. I don't get that. Some results show I've cutting away the subject part. Screenshot has been sent to Mr. Precious but yet to be corrected. I hope you
Yeah,
got that because I didn't.
I think I understand what he's trying to say. If my guess is correct, right? Say for example, you're trying to view the receipt and it's not displaying appropriately, right? Sometimes it could be the setting. So that in most cases you're just doing the setting, the paper setting on your device, on your maybe in this case on your system. I think that you just check when you're on the print page, check for custom setting. That allows you to probably reduce the size and helps to make the result to fit in just a page so you can print it appropriately. So that's for those results that maybe they over elapse more than one page. I hope that is what the issue that you are facing. If that's the issue, that's how you're going to solve it. Then on the other issue of um, working on GSS3 moving to SS1 and SS3 that are graduating. Like we've said that before the end of this week, we're going to share update. Tomorrow is Friday, right? So I'm sure before Monday, right, you get or during the weekend, you get feedback as to the process at which you can start adding, get promoted student that pass bracket to your available SS1 classes, right? We're going to share update around that. Same way for those that are in primary six that graduated and those that are in SS3 that graduated, they'll start having the graduated status. So those are what the system will automatically check itself. So we really have nothing to worry around, all those areas. Yeah.
Okay, so we've taken stack groups and next question. So let's move to the other one. Please, money teacher is not on my school page.
Yeah, so we've said it again, like, SPAs now don't have access to manage teachers, right? At least currently for now, right? So what you are just doing in that is that it is the ministry now, or it is the zonal education officer or the necessary body in the ministry that is processing teacher transfer, right? So they are the one that will. So if there's a teacher in your school that has been that was transferred to your school, and you're not currently seeing that teacher on your school profile page as a or you're unable to allocate the teacher appropriately, just follow up with your ZDO, right? Once you follow up with your zonal education officer, they'll be able to tell you appropriately what to do. So for the teacher transfer now again, so it is the ministry or the appropriate body that is just doing that are initiating the transfer. Once they've initiated the transfer, the teacher will be transferred from the on the digital platform from the previous school to the new school. So as the SPA of the new school, you just be when you are setting subject teacher allocation or class teacher allocation, you will see the list of the teacher right there. So you can appropriately allocate subject or allocate classes to teachers in that category, right? But if you are not seeing the teacher, right, and the teacher has been promoted and you're on the subject allocation page or class teacher allocation page and the teacher is not displaying, right, just follow up with the desk officer for your in your zone education for your district, right? So they will tell you what to do and they will quickly help you check it and fix that, such issues in that category. Yeah,
Okay,
so that's
thank
what you
you.
should.
Okay, so this is another question. How do you board new SS1 students?
Yeah, I think that I've answered that question. That's like if it's students that are public school, for example, they are coming from one public school to another public school, right? So you'll be using the backend results, right? Once the module is ready by this Friday or before the end of during the weekend, what I know is that before Monday, you get feedback as to how to start adding GSS3 students, how to start promoting them to SS1, how to place them to the various senior classes, and how to add them to class. I'm sure we'll also make them videos around that, so that could help quickly hit the whole process. Just nothing to worry about. Let's still hold on that for now, and latest by Monday you get or over the weekend you get full gist of full details around it.
Okay, so Olashile Ramon, good afternoon. I can't appoint the newly transferred head teacher, sir. And also my pupils still remain in their formal classes. Please, what should I do?
Yeah, okay. Maybe I should start with the pupils that still remain in their former class, Olashile Rahman. So first thing you need to do for that is to you'll be promoting them from the broadsheet. Like Mr. Precious earlier on at the beginning of this session did a demonstration around how you can promote students from the previous class that they are to the next class that they were class arm that they were promoted to. Right. So what you might need to do is to check also, and I think we've also made demo videos. So I think check the chat section. We've dropped links on those videos. They'll just check our YouTube channel. I'm sure we'll have video around how to promote students appropriately. So you can check it from there, and that can be helpful as to what you would do in that part. So for the other parts that for the newly appointed head teacher, what you need to do is to double check with the desk officer in your district or your zonal education officer for your district, right? So double check with them, just inform them they are the one that will initiate the transfer. Once they've initiated the transfer of the new head teacher you have to your school, right? You'll be able to now appoint them. Once they've done it from their own end, the teacher would be in your school profile. Then you can now appoint them as the SP and carry on with the necessary activities. So for any other schools that fall into this category, right? The appropriate bodies to follow up with is the desk officer for your district or the zonal education officer of your district, right? So they can initiate that and you can carry on with, doing the necessary allocation, in that regard.
Okay. So from Emmanuel Way, I can see a new future under school management. Student registration. How do we use this key?
Okay, I can see any future under school management. Student registration. How I don't. I'm trying to get what the question is. Student registration. Well, I think just check out the page. That's just showing the various distribution for of students across all the classes in your school, right? You would get update as to what you can do on the page and what you can do on the page, soon as once it is fully ready. But next week it's something I can also just check out, right?
Aziz Odedire, there are some students that I can't view their Becker result on their profile, but it is showing on the broadsheet, while a blank sheet is showing after logging into the student's profile.
Yeah, well, I don't know whether in this context, right, whether it is say like public school or private school, right? So if you could, well, if it is public school now, definitely, right? Once you've logged in with the same learner ID, right, and there's a fee attached to backup payment, right? Backup result, and you've made the necessary payment to view the results, you'll be able to view the student results. More importantly, right, it could also be that the student scores were not published for those students. But if you've double check with your with your zonal education officer, right, they will tell you appropriately what you need to do in that regard, right? So I think the first thing you need to do is double check that you follow the same process as to how you were able to check the previous students' results. And if it's still the same thing, just follow up with your zonal education officer, right? That will help to solve that issue as appropriate.
Okay, from Adepeju Awololauba. Good afternoon, masters. Please, how do we print repeaters report cards?
Yeah, it's printing that just the same way you're able to print every other student report card on their own report card. It will show that they are repeated, right? So their status is always on the report card. So it's just the same.
Mr. Kinden, are you still there? Mr. Kinden, are you there? Okay. This is a question by Olawale Biola. Okay. This is a question by Mr. Olawale Biola. To register new pupils into primary 2 and above, can we do it for them and make payments on their behalf in our school, or they have to go to ZEO? Please explain, sir. So,
Okay.
welcome back, Mr. Kindeng. So, there's a
Yeah.
new question here. It says, to register new pupils into primary 2 and above, can we do it for them and make payments on their behalf in our school, or they have to go to ZEO? Please explain, sir.
Right. So, what I know definitely for sure is that admission into primary two and primary five, and primary two, three, four, five, is they have to go through school transfer. Anyone can actually initiate the school transfer, right? So they can do it themselves too. The application is quite direct and simple. Once anybody can do it on the OGSERA platform. The essence is that they have to initiate the admission process or application for the admission online for the necessary bodies in the ministry to be able to approve. Then at your own level in your school, once it is approved, you can now place them to the available classes that you have. So that's just how best I can answer that question. It's an open application online that you know what is definitely for sure is that people have to apply online and anybody can actually initiate the application. Those parents themselves or those applicants themselves can apply directly, as the case might be in this case. So but the key thing that is just certain is that anybody apply directly online, then the necessary bodies does the approval, then in your school as a SPA, you'll be able to place them appropriately into the available classroom. So that's just it around that.
So, this is from Adebajo Adeni. Please help us to recap what you have said, especially those of us just joining in. Thank you. So, Mr.
But we've not
Adebajo
said.
Adeni, thank you for joining in.
Yeah.
But you could actually go back and watch this session after the end of the session, and you can go through our channel and see previous videos that would help you sort out the issues you're actually facing right now. So please go back and rewatch the videos. Thank you. Mr. Kennedy, do you have anything to say to that, please?
Of course, definitely. Just to go back around and try to view what we've done. Thank God the YouTube session because it's recorded, right? So immediately after this session, you could check on the YouTube link and you'll be able to access all what has been done. And because I'm sure we are definitely running out of time, right? So hopefully we'll be able to take the few questions we have before the
Yes.
time runs out.
So this is by Adepeju Awololaoba. There is a student that wrote Becker in 2019 but did not register at the senior school but want to enter back to school. How do they go about it since they don't have LIM?
All right, so students should just apply for school transfer. Then that's just the simple process. Just apply for school transfer. Then that could help to solve the issue.
Okay,
But
so
I'm
I
sure
guess
that
it's
application into
been
SS1 requires that you need to, before applying, you need to first um, follow up with the zonal education officer for approval letter because they need to ask you question as to why you are just applying to SS1, right? So just first, before applying at all, check the zonal district education officer in your district or your local government. Then let them know about it because they are going to issue you a letter before you can proceed, to applying. Once that is done, you can go ahead to applying.
okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Kinde. So we're going to be taking the last question by Adebajo Adeni. So this is we are in a new session 2022-2023 for public schools.
Sure.
How do we migrate those in previous classes to new classes?
Yes, I'm sure we've had quite sessions around
Yep,
this, and we've
yes.
also for Mr. Denny, we've also made demo videos around how you'll be able to place promoted students in the next classes, and also how you'll be able to place students that were just placed to your school to JSS1 now, how you'll be able to add them to classes, to class arms that you have in your school. You can check our YouTube channel. I'm sure we'll drop the link in all the various this today's session in the comment section. So you can check it. I don't know if Quincy can also quickly help you with drop the link in the comment section so you can pick it up from there. We've done a demo video around how you'll be able to place students to class time for this new session. If Quincy can help you drop it, or just go through our YouTube channel, you will be able to see the video there, and that can guide you, to carrying out the activity as well.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Kinde, for answering all of our questions. And our time is fast spent, so we would not want to waste our viewers' time. And please do well to drop your questions in our help desk or via your various WhatsApp groups. And also, please do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get any notification and you get every necessary information that needs to be gotten. And also, kindly click the notification bells and like and also subscribe. So, Mr. Kindeni, do you have anything to say to us before we finally leave?
Yeah, nothing really. Just thank you to everyone that have joined, and we are glad that we are also able to respond to all your questions and complaints, right? And for those of us that still have further questions or clarification, please ensure that you continually check our YouTube channel. What we are also trying to do is to ensure that most of these key areas that you have, that we notice that people have difficulties with, we try to create a short demo videos around it so that you can just go through our YouTube channel, then check through each of the videos that can help you to help provide solution to what you're having, and that can help solve it. So, and very importantly, you need to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can always get notification whenever a new video is dropped, right? So that's just it majorly, and thank you so much for everyone that has participated or joined today's session. And more importantly, ensure that you share, so that everyone who is also having one or two difficulties can also benefit from what we are sharing as well. So thank you everyone for joining.
All right, so I guess Precious is back. Precious, you have just something to
You
say
are
to us in just
here.
a minute.
Ah,
Nothing much to say. I just want to say thank you to everyone for joining us today. We love we love you. We love you very much. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Precious, for loving us all. All right, so from my hand, I'm saying thank you so much also for always listening to us and always joining this session. So we'll see you next time and Stay blessed. Please do have a great day. Once again, I'm Quincy Ademola. From Editams, we love you. Thank you so much.
Bye bye.